In the last class, I have discussed about Java. What did Java give? Means what is the need for Java? We have already C, we have already C++, then why did Java come? Java is a object-oriented programming language. The first thing we learned is object-oriented programming language. Java is object-oriented programming language. So what are the other languages? What are the other type of languages called? Procedural. Procedural. What is the difference between procedural and object oriented? Everyone, you have to answer. I already told this. What is the difference between procedural and object oriented? Programming is written in terms of entities. You do the operations on entities. Objects are defined. Then we work on operations. A operation belongs to an entity. Right? So objects are defined and then entity driven programming. There is something new called aspect driven programming. Aspect oriented. Other than object oriented, there is something called aspect oriented. We don't have to go that far. Okay. So first thing. And second one is platform independent architecture. What does this mean? Please explain me. What is platform independent architecture? And please explain me. Compile once, run anywhere. Write once, run anywhere. So when I compile it on Windows, when I compile a C program on a Windows, do I have to run it on Windows only? C program. Yes. So if I know audio is lost, I will repeat this again. So if I compile a C program on Windows, I have to run it on Windows only. But for Java, if I compile it once, I can run it anywhere. Anywhere? I can run it anywhere. I can run it anywhere, but there is some precondition to run it. Wherever there is JRE. Wherever there is JRE. So what is JRE? Don't tell me Java runtime environment. I want more of it. Tell me. One second. Java runtime environment. Please explain me. Anyone. What is Java runtime environment? It is a software installed. It is the one who interprets the bytecode into machine code. So who creates bytecode? Who creates bytecode? Compiler. Where is that compiler? How did you get the compiler? Java C. Where is it? Inside what folder? What did you download? JDK. Compiler is part of JDK. Runtime engine compiler is different thing. Interpreter is different thing. So what does JRE do? JRE runs any bytecode. Running means converting it into machine code. Converting the bytecode into machine code. Who wrote bytecode language? Who wrote bytecode language? Is bytecode a language? Yes, it is a language. It is a language. Who wrote it? Sun Microsystems. Of course, compiler is producing it. Who created it? Sun Microsystems. Okay. So now, is Java a compiled or interpreted? It's both. Compiled and interpreted. So who is doing the compilation? Who is doing the interpretation? Who is compiling? Who is interpreting? JDK compile. No, JDK will not compiler. Compiler inside JDK will compile. JDK is set of 100 tools. JDK is a longer set, 100 tools. JRE interprets. Okay, JRE interprets and compiler. Java C compiles and JRE interprets. Perfect. Alright. Can anyone tell me some of the scripting languages which are interpreted rather than compiled? What is that? Unix is operating system. Shell script is interpreted. Shell commands are interpreted. Unix is operating system. No one is going. VB script, JavaScript, Perl, Python, Perl and Python, and Ruby is also a scripting language too. Ruby is also a scripting language. Alright, perfect. Can you tell me some compiled languages other than Java? Can you tell me some of the compiled languages other than Java? C Sharp, C++, C, Java. VB script is not compiled. VB script is script. Script means scripting language, interpretation. Okay. So what is the difference between compilation and interpretation? What is the difference between compilation and interpretation? You compile means you convert it into something and you can keep it like that. You can run it later. At interpretation means directly goes to machine language at what? Runtime. When you run the program, it is converted. So, for what is the advantage of compilation rather than interpretation? Platform independent, one thing, but C is also compiled. C is also compiled. I don't have to give my code. I don't have to give my original code. I can compile and I can give him, then they can interpret it, because I can hide my code. I can still keep my code with myself. Reusability on the compiled code. Got it? So when I ship a program to others, do you think I should give a code or I should give the compiled code? But yes. When Microsoft is giving you Office, are they giving you compiled code or are they giving you Office code? Compiled code. That is the advantage. Shaukat is asking me what is the difference between scripting language and programming language. That is a wrong question. The question itself is wrong. You should ask me the difference between scripting and compiled programming. I already explained that. But all the scripting and compiled are programming languages. So what is a programming language? Programming where you can do logic. What are the other languages? Markup language, HTML, no logic, just mark it up. Got it? So programming means logic. It doesn't tell you compiled or scripting. That is later. Alright, perfect. So we know until this one. So let's go more further. Alright, very good. That is the reason everyone should come in class. Alright. Java is not only a programming language. Then what is Java? It is a development environment. It gives you tools, compiler, some other tools to do many things. It is an application environment. It will give you tools to develop applications. It is a deployment environment. It will let you deploy applications. For example, I will tell you, there is a web server that is also created by Java. The Java compiler is also created in Java. That is the beauty of Java. Java compiler is also created in Java, but not the JRE. But not the JRE. Okay. Alright. So you can see that Java compiler means Java is not only giving you programming, it gives you framework, environments, tools and everything. It is similar to C++ in syntax. It is similar to Smalltalk in architecture. Right. It took the architecture, the platform independent architecture. Anyone who is new, go through my first recording, May 21st recording. So the architecture is taken from Smalltalk and the syntax is taken from C++. So what can you create with Java? What can you create with Java? You can create a web application. You can create a web service. You can create a standalone application. You can write a command line application. What is command line application? What is command line? Any application which can be run only through command line. Right? Like Unix applications, most of the Unix applications are command line. Right? So any command line application, you can create applets. Yes, no, you can create applets. You can create Windows services. Services are, for example, on your Windows machine, there are many programs running behind, like cron tabs and other things in Unix. They run backend. Do you know where is it running? How is it running? You don't run it. It runs automatically. So even in Windows, there are services. For example, if I go to services, if you see there are services which are running on the behind, which even I don't know, right? There are so many services. So you can create every possible application out there in this world using Java. You can create servers also using Java. So Java can create you anything. Java can create you mobile application. What is Android operating system made of? Java. Android operating system is made of Java. Okay, so you can do anything. When someone can create an operating system with Java, you can make anything. Simple. So Java is easy to use. You might say, no, it looks complex, right? But before, if a programmer who worked on, yes, Java is easy to use. You can tell me like still programming is programming. But a programmer who has seen C, a programmer who has seen C++ will automatically think Java is easy. Okay, Java is a simple language. All we need to is we have to understand it. That's it. Then it is one of the simplest language. Okay, only core Java. We don't have to go there. And the advantages is, see, as I told you the history of programming and software development and everything. We are in a world where we have to compete with other competitors and everything. So IT is the main industry for everything. IT is everywhere in every domain. To do a calculator, to even if book a flight, even if you want to check if there is a class today or not, you have to do IT, right? Even though I have to share this presentation with you, or you have to listen to my class, everywhere it is. So application development, for example, if I ask a programmer to create a white box QA site and he will tell me 1 year, what will I lose? I lose 1 year of business. By the time they create this white box QA, it's already outdated. So development, fast development, it's not a development. The developer should develop it fast. Java gives you that. Don't care about everything else. I will give you everything. Write your business only. A developer, for example, if he is working for Bank of America, he should not write a program from Java how to talk to Oracle. He should only focus on his business. He should focus on coding his business. Means a developer should not create tools to make his software work. Who should give you the tools? Already Java should give you. So Java is famous for its APIs. APIs, it gives you so many APIs so that you don't have to write again and again. And the next thing is code portability. Once I compile, what will I get? Once I compile, what will I get? What is that code called? Bytecode. Once I have that bytecode, I can take it anywhere. It is safe. It is, of course, it is not safe. It is, you can take it anywhere and you can play with it as code portability. I don't have to care about any operating system. Right? Java gives you many things. First of them is, the beauty of Java is, it is object oriented. But you might still say C++ and everything is also object oriented. It is simple and object oriented. Means it is not easy to be object oriented and at the same time simple. You will know because why object oriented is complex. Okay. So it's an improved version of C++. I do not really like that point. That is the reason I wrote a slash there. It is never improved. C++ is still a beauty. You can't beat it. Okay. It is a simplified version of Java. Sorry, C++. It is a simplified version of C++. Okay. So distributed, and another thing Java gave you is distributed programming. In C++, remember web services? I told you distributed development. A application in a location A has to. Raghavendra is asking me what is object oriented and object based language. Alright. Object based language. I will come to that point. Raghavendra, remind me this in break. Okay. Yeah. Most of them it is same. Most of the time it is same. The only thing is object oriented will give you many things like polymorphism, inheritance and everything. It's not writing about objects. You have to give relationships. You have to take advantage of it. That is object oriented. Alright, yeah. So coming back, distributed applications. Remember I talked about this in web services when I was teaching web services. Say application A will be talking to application B. A program A will be talking to. So a solution is distributed across many locations. So before C++ programmers need to talk, C++ program in Windows needs to talk to C++ program in Unix. That is tougher for them. But Java runtime environment is there. Everywhere it is running on Unix, it is running on Windows. So a Java program can easily talk to Java program anywhere. It can be Unix, it can be Windows or everywhere. And the next thing is multi-threading. Can anyone tell me what is multi-threading? What is multi-threading? What is multi-threading? You have written a assignment also. What is the difference between a thread and a process? So tell me, what is multi-process? What is multi-threading? Multi-threading is a process. No, multi-threading is not a process. For example, I wrote this public class hello world, if you remember, right? And I wrote inside this one a method public static void main string args. Don't ask me what is this. That is Java. Means you will learn about starting at last class. Means you will learn about starting in the last class, but you still have to write main method to do Java programming. So what I'm trying to tell here is like Java is continuous learning. You have to program, you have to learn continuously. You can't learn before and just write a program. Okay. So if you see system.out.println, okay, any programming language is sequential. What does that sequential mean? When I say sequential, any programming language is sequential. When I run this, actually when I run this program, a process will be created on my Windows. A application is running, a process will be created. What is a process? A process is a boundary in an operating system. It is a boundary. See, if you see here processes, if you go to this task manager and if you see these processes, why? Because multiple applications can use my CPU and RAM. Right? There are many things. For example, I can run GoToMeeting, I can open a Word document, I can do a PowerPoint presentation all at a time because they are running in different processes. They are running is different processes. And every process is allocated CPU time and memory. Do you see this CPU time and memory by operating system? Now inside one process a program is running. Inside one process, so when I run this program a process will be created. Inside this one process, one single process is sequential execution. So when JRE executes this, it will execute this first, then it comes to this one, then it comes to this one. Can it execute 2 lines at one time? No, 1 line at a time and go up from top to down. In the program go from one. From here I can go to another program, but one at a time. Multi-threading means multiple at a time. Right? So multiple threading here means multiple lines execution at a time. So what does that mean? So, not my audio.
Welcome to GoToWebinar, web events made easy.
Yeah. So there is a difference between thread and process too. That's what I'm telling. Okay. So coming back. Actually, Kirti is my friend. That is the reason yeah. Okay. So coming back. So a single line is executed at one time. For example, if I write a notepad, I can write at a time, I can close at a time. I can't do both of them. If I open the notepad, I can write one line at one time. Can I write 2-3 lines at one time in notepad? I can paste one time. Right? When I open the notepad, yes, I know. I'm very sorry about that. When I open the notepad, I can write one line at a time, one character at a time, one operation at a time. I can close it, I can save it, I can paste it, but only one at a time. Means single execution. But if you see GoToMeeting, I am recording, I am doing audio transfer. I am typing, I am sharing my screen. Right? People are joining, people are exiting. Many things happening in the single application. So do you think how did GoToMeeting is doing it? If you see GoToMeeting, there are so many processes. Chat is a process, feedback is a process, Q&A is a process, recorder is a process, everything is a process. Okay, they are doing it multiple. Can I do it in single process? When you do this in single process, that is called multi-threading. In a single process, you can execute multiple things. For example, open multiple tabs in Internet Explorer. Every tab has a process. Open multiple tabs in Firefox. Single process, multi-threading. Got it? So in a program, if you split the program into multiple programs, that is called multi-threading. So multi-threading is a programming logic where a single process execution is simulated as a multi-process, but they are still in single process. Agreed? Alright. So that is multi-threading. Multi-threading is there in C++ also, but it is very easy in Java. And whoever is wanted to become Selenium tester, multi-threading questions are important. If you want to be a Selenium tester, if you want to be a Java tester, multi-threading. And especially some companies are mad about multi-threading. I don't know. Then there is security. If there is an application, there should be security for it. You need to maintain it. You need to, you should stop others allowing into this one and all this. So security is one thing. So Java provides APIs for security. And one more thing, Java gives you bunch of libraries. For example, if I want to do sin 90, what is sin 90? What is cos 0? 1, right? Cos 0 sin 90 is 1. Do I need to write the programming logic for it, or is it common for everyone? It's common for everyone. So Java should give me this one, sin function, cos function for me. Should I write that one? No. If I am connecting to a Oracle database from Java program, do I need to write the program? No. That is the reason Java gives you so many APIs. For example, if I want to read a text file on the operating system, should I write a program for that? No, it should give me programs which help me write programs. Got it? So that is why Java became famous. And as you know, the last point is write once, run anywhere. Got it? Write once, run anywhere. So as you all remember again, this is the structure. Finally, processor and RAM. Don't forget, I will not come back to this again. Okay? And there is operating system. There is applications here. Now, what is happening now? So before, when a programmer writes a code, he will compile. Compile, what did you get? Zeros and ones. You can run it on operating system. But now, what happened? Someone came here. That is the interpreter. What is that interpreter called? What is that interpreter called? JRE. Okay, so when you compile, you get a code. When you compile, you get a code. I will show the diagram. So when you compile, you get a code that is bytecode dot class file. You can run this on any machine as long as what is there? JRE is there. But why is this guy calling JVM? I will tell you. The interpreter is JVM. Actually, the interpreter is not JRE. The interpreter is JVM. Java Virtual Machine. Virtual Machine. Then what is JRE? Do I need only... See, there are some... Other than interpretation, there are some things JRE needs to do. Other things. So, JRE is a bigger set. Let me show this. JRE is a bigger set. JVM is a small thing. JRE contains JVM. JRE is a bigger set. So what are there other than JVM in JRE? Garbage collector is there. And class loader is there. So there are some more components there which you will learn one by one. Okay. Let's see them later. Yeah. Okay. So the terminology. What is JVM? JVM is the interpreter which interprets bytecode into machine code. Java runtime engine. It is the runtime engine which contains JVM. Got it? What else is there in the JRE? For example, as I told you, there should be, for example, to calculate the sine function. That sine function should be there, right? Sine function should be there. So Java should give me that, right? Where is that inside JRE? That program is automatically running in JRE. Is there? I can use it. See, for example, if I want to use the sine function, do I need to start another Java program? No, all the base programs are already running in JRE. All the programs which you use in your program given by Java are automatically loaded by JRE. Okay, I will get there. You will understand that. So, okay. So JRE is a bigger set. JVM is a small set. One thing, now you will come to a concept called memory management. Let's see. This is where actually programs fail. This is what every tester should know. Memory management. Okay. If you see here, this is the recording one, right? Go to meeting recording. I am recording this session. Is my memory increasing or decreasing? Is my memory increasing or decreasing?